One of the greatest TV shows of all time just came back for season 2. I just watched it last night, season 2, episode 1 of Severance. Yo, off of season 1 alone, Severance is one of the best shows that I've ever seen. I was the only show in my life that I've ever done this. I watched season 1, finished it, and then watched it again. Who does that? I watched an entire season back to back. If you have not watched Severance, watch this video up here right now. Watch this first, okay? But to those of you who have seen Severance season 2, episode 1, we're going to talk about it in this video. We're going to have a fun conversation in this video, man, because it's back. Going into the episode 1 of season 2, I was a bit worried. I had high expectations off of season 1, okay? Season 1 was fantastic. And you know, with Hollywood nowadays, they're most likely going to drop the ball, okay? Now, the question is, did they drop the ball in episode 1? Are they going to drop the ball with this entire season? That's the question. So I went in hopeful, but a bit wary, okay? And one thing that kind of worried me was Mark S's hair length. I know that's such an insignificant detail to a lot of you, but immersion is a big deal to me. So if a character doesn't look like they did in season 1 and in season 2, I'm going to be like, hey, what's going on, right? Because what is that doing? That is making the show feel like real life because, hey, the actor's hair is different. Therefore, he's different in the show. So I went in a little bit worried, like, dang it. He looks a bit older. But I mean, you can't really help that. And his hair is longer than in season 1. Dang. Are they not paying attention to the detail as much? Well, Season 2, episode 1, it starts off 5 months later, so it makes sense. So that worry was lifted. They had an explanation for the slightly longer hair. If characters look just a bit different than they did in season 1, they have an explanation because there's a 5-month gap between season 1 and season 2. So let's run through the episode. I'm not going to go through every single detail because, I mean, you guys have watched the episode already. So Mark S. wakes up in Lumon and he remembers everything. About 5 months or more have passed, okay? And there's a whole new team. When I saw that, I was worried, okay? I was like, dang, are they not coming back? Because I didn't watch the trailer or anything. I stayed away from everything, okay? Are they not going to bring them back? Or, like, are we going to change the tone of season 2? Like, are they trying to do something different and revamp it and try and recreate what they did with season 1, make it different and make it pop or something? You know, we're going to have a new team, make it a little bit more exciting. I'm like, no, man. I want the OGs back. Those characters were so good. I love those characters. And you had this new team, and I'm like, who are you? Like, you're like MDR from another division are coming over here from another branch. They're MDR from another branch. I'm like, go back to your old branch. Okay, nobody wants you here. All right. This is like in The Office when they switched members from Scranton to another branch. And I'm like, I don't want to get to know these people. I mean, hopefully they'll be good. Hopefully these characters will be fine and they'll be, and I'll enjoy them and whatever. But I mean, I'm like, dang it. I miss the old team. I don't want Mark S. working with these newbies. I don't want these people. Who are these people? You know what I mean? We developed chemistry already. So after the ordeal of season 1, the innies went outside and they refused to come back. They did not want to come back, so they had to bring over these new folks. Mark S. was the only one who wanted to come back. And the only reason I can imagine Mark S. wanted to come back was to find his wife, because he kept all his memories. And that honestly surprised me. I thought Lumon would, wipe their memories or wipe the memory of what they did, just, to make sure they're staying in line, because you're keeping that seed of rebellion is in there in Mark S. Even if he wants to come back and continue to work like an honest employee at Lumon, that seed of rebellion is in his head. I mean, we clearly know that that's not the reason why he came back. He's not coming back to be a good boy employee. He's coming back to find his wife. So Mark S. wants his OG team back. He's fed up with these lame coworkers. So he runs into, now Mr. Selvig is out. Mr. Milchick is the new man in charge. And so he runs into his office, breaks out the little speaker thing where they communicate with the board, and makes his plea, like he wants his old team back. That's what he wants. That's his condition to work here. He wants his old team back. And let me tell you what, man, that entrance the next day when the new team comes back, dude, it's like the Avengers assembled. Dylan walking out of the elevator, like seeing Dylan come out of the elevator was so cool. Then you had like Irving come out. and Helly come out. It was really cool seeing them come back. They walked out of the elevator. You had the Severance theme playing in the background. That was a cool sequence right there. Yeah, man, that made me happy. That made me happy seeing that. So the team came back. All right, they're there. They're working. You see Mark S smiling. He's getting back into the motion of things. He's doing his job. Things are back to the way they were in season 1. We got the team back. Everyone kept their memories. And the crazy thing is, they're famous on the outside. They're the Lumon whistleblowers, right? They're known on the outside. And now the question is, Mr. Milchick said that the rest of the team refused to come back. So why are they back now? And how much time has passed since that previous day and this day? Because for Mark S, his innie, it felt like the next day, but it was actually 5 months that passed when he went from the last episode of season 1 to when he started working in this first episode of season 2. So how much time has passed from the day that Mark S talked to the board to this day where everybody came back to the office? It's got to be more than one day. It's got to be way more than one day, because no way they convinced the rest of the team to come back that soon. So they come back, right? And Mr. Milchick asked them to go to the break room, and the break room is revamped. They got like this whole little contraption there where they got to sit down and they're watching this little short film, this orientation that everybody's going to go through. Every new employee is going to go through. They're going to watch this. And it's a video showcasing what these 4 did in the finale of season 1. So what Lumon is doing is they're trying to take control of the narrative. They're trying to take control of the entire situation. They're saying, hey, yeah, we know what these 4 did and we love them for it. We've improved because of it. They're really trying to take the narrative and win not only the people over, the public, but they're trying to win these 4 over. They're trying to play at their ego a little bit. They're making them out as heroes. They're saying like, hey, what you did, we're gonna better Lumon because of you. They're really trying to spin the narrative, but I mean, these 4 aren't buying it. And the best thing about this whole sequence is I made an allusion to this in my video talking about why you need to watch Severance. Severance reminds me of The Matrix. And you had Neo literally being the Matrix in this sequence. Whoa. Keanu Reeves was, as far as I know, it sounded exactly like him. Keanu Reeves was voicing Lumon in the video. So you literally had Neo playing the voice of the Matrix, because Lumon is essentially the Matrix in Severance, okay? You had Keanu Reeves being the Matrix in this sequence, and I thought that was really cool, dude. That was really cool, man. Props to Ben Stiller for doing that, dude. That was actually really fun. That was cool. So after the video, they didn't get much time to talk to each other, so they want to know what they saw on the outside. Mark S explains what he saw. He said he saw Miss Selvig and that Miss Casey is his wife, and he wants to find her. Dylan talked a bit about what happened with him and Mr. Milchick. Helly, on the other hand, wasn't honest about what she saw. We know she's an Egan, and she didn't reveal that to the rest of the guys. She did not reveal that. I mean, she's trying to play things close to the chest because that's some big news to drop right there. And she doesn't want to lose trust from the rest of the guys because, I mean, they're going to be a bit wary hearing that. You're an Egan? What else do you know? What did you, I mean, I guess she'll reveal that in her own time because, I mean, she has to. She has to. Because if that doesn't come out from her, yeah, they're not going to trust her. Irving, on the other hand, he was really embarrassed to reveal what he saw because he didn't really do anything. He kind of failed. He ran to see Bert. And so he used his time out for personal gain, and he felt real guilty. He felt real bad. He said he can't be here. He can't work here. At least, I mean, he's gone. Bert is gone. He's married. If I'm gone, I can imagine, like, hey, we're together in some other universe because we're both gone. Both of these versions of ourselves that loved each other are gone. But Dylan convinced him otherwise. They hugged. Dude, I thought they were about to kiss, honestly. Dude, they were so close to each other. That was uncomfortably close. That was uncomfortably close right there. They were hugging. They were talking, like cheek to cheek, talking to each other. But I mean, come on, man. They've been through a lot. I get it. So the episode ends with all of them back. They're working. And yes, nothing crazy happened in this episode. It's pretty much, hey, we're back. The ball's rolling again. We're back in the land of Severance and the land of Lumon. Characters are back. This is the time frame we're at. Mr. Milchick is in charge. You know, it was just pretty much to set things up for the rest of the season too. It wasn't a mind-blowing episode, but I didn't expect it to be a mind-blowing episode. I was disappointed in one thing, though. They didn't have the opening, dude. I love that opening, man. That the Severance soundtrack is so good. That opening theme is so good, man. Hopefully we'll get it in season 2. Maybe they just needed the extra runtime and they didn't do the opening. But man, I hope we get the same music for season 2. I'm actually curious if they do a different soundtrack for the opening theme, if it would live up to the season 1 theme. But anyways, man, I thought episode 1 was decent. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about the episode? Are you looking forward to the rest of season 2? Let me know down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.